Welcome to Sadler's Wells. I'm Kingsley Jayasekera, Director of Communications and Digital Strategy. I hope you find this afternoon interesting. We've got a really great selection of panelists here to talk about video and its use online. For Sadler's Wells, the use of video has been hugely important. Since 2006, we have almost doubled our ticket buying audience, and video has played a key role in this process. We began with simple show clips that we would have, and over the years, we've expanded our content to include interviews and behind-the-scenes documentaries. With the invaluable support of the Paul Hamlin Foundation, we've been able to create short films featuring leading artists talking about their own work. Dance, which is our particular art form, is one that's notoriously difficult to describe. The ability to show the work, to allow choreographers to say in their own words what inspired them or influenced them has been hugely important. When we send out our emails, we notice often that people are more likely to click on what's the video than they are to click on more information. They tend to want to see that first. And we have an e-list of 180,000, and that's a huge, huge opportunity to send people video that they wouldn't necessarily look at and to open up the chance for people to take risks and try something new. Those of you who actually work in marketing will probably be familiar with the phrase, if it's a success, it's the show, if it fails, it's the marketing. And I think the interesting thing is the fact that for us, video bridges that kind of gap in the fact that actually good video lets us show off good programming. And I think that's very much our philosophy towards it. I actually want to move away from the term marketing as well, because for us, I think it really is about communication. The short-term aim, yes, is to drive sales, sometimes to specific shows. But the work we're creating has a life way beyond that, and I think that's the important thing. You know, it can have a real value in 5, 10, 15 years' time. And I think it's important to understand that actually, often we were looking at work and going, what do I do about this piece, because it's coming up in a month's time. But the content you create can have a long life after that and be distributed in lots of ways. For much of the work we actually present, the major factor is risk. In many areas, what we need to communicate is about informing, not the hard sell. If you know anything about Sadler's Wells program at all, you can know that we're probably not turning around saying every night you have here will be the most fun you've ever had in the theatre. What we are expecting is people be asking, will I be challenged? Will I be informed? Will I have something to debate about? Will I, you know? And I think it's important to understand that those kind of emotions are what we're trying to do. I'm not trying to turn around and say that we should be producing video that's like cinema trailers. Sometimes this comes up and go, why don't we make videos more like movie trailers? If you're a film fan like me, you enjoy the trailers, but take it with a pinch of salt. All the quick editing, the misleading use of content, trying to make a hard-hitting drama sound like a light comedy, isn't really a way that I think that we can go forward. If any of you want to see some things, have a look at the trailer for Sweeney Todd, sometimes Sweeney Todd. And you'll see an example of how a film trailer is done, where actually they don't mention the fact it's a musical at all, or even show any of the music, which is quite a strange thing for a musical. For us as a venue, trust is essential. We need to build long-term relationships with our customers. It's always worth remembering on the idea of risk that any risk attached to going to see a show is often a double risk. You know, you have to persuade someone to go, but they often have to persuade someone else. And in that way, video is really, really powerful. Increasingly, as videos are forwarded, they will become an important tool in word-of-mouth communication. Video sharing is increasing rapidly. Within a year, we've gone from seeing 70 million to 220 million videos being shared each month. As you may gather, the future of online is also video. The figures are staggering. In Metro last week, if any of you saw it, it said that Britons watch 11,000 years of video every month. In April of this year, 26.9 million of us viewed 6.27 billion minutes of streamed footage. The average person watches 7 minutes of online footage a day. On our own site, in March, our videos were watched 36,000 times. At its most popular, the speed that video can circulate is also amazing. You've probably seen the Volkswagen Darth Vader ad, which has had 38 million views in 3 months. You may not have seen the video, which is the best marriage proposal ever. That was put up 6 days ago, and it's had 12 million views. Now, I'm not saying that this is possible for everybody. In fact, it's very likely not to happen that way. One of our companies we work with, Bounce, did produce a video aimed at kind of being a viral video, and it got 15 million hits, a tribute to Michael Jackson that they did as a viral video. But most content isn't going to be the kind that be circulated in that way, unless it fits magic buttons, so unless it's uplifting or shocking or funny, like the Volkswagen ad, or uplifting, as I said, like Where the Hell is Matt? But interesting enough, dance often does very, very well. The history of dance has 170 million views. For those of you who've seen the clip of the Filipino dancers, prisoners dancing to Thriller, 47 million views. And interestingly, a lot of big brands recognize the power of dance and theatre as a way of communicating with their public. Brands like T-Mobile. Whatever the views you get, I think it's worth remembering one thing. A whole new generation is growing up who are used to video. People who might walk past your theatre every day of their lives and never walk in. People who don't read a broadsheet newspaper. People who don't pick up leaflets. They will look at video, especially if it's passed them by someone they know and trust. The question is, in the future, where will people go to see that video? Obviously, you have your own sites. Obviously, there's YouTube. But I think one of the key things is about where you distribute that video. In 2 years, referrals from Facebook to our site have increased by 450%. It's a massive growth in one area. And Facebook offers a one-stop location where people can communicate with their friends, where they can watch video, and in the future, where people will be able to spend their money and buy things. So I think we have to think about how we can spread that distribution. So really, where does that leave us? Online video has opened up opportunities for us. For example, we have Sadler's World's Global Dance Contest, which is in its 3rd year. We've had entries from over 36 countries. The judges pick a short list of 10, and the public vote over the winner coming to London. Using video has allowed us to reach new artists and engage with audiences in a fun way. You can create an online learning resource through outlets like the iTunes University, something the National Theatre have done, making your archives available to people, video, but also not just video, but PDFs of posters, leaflets, and that's a tremendous resource that, again, has lasting legacy. You can stream your performances. A site like Ustream allows you to stream your performances for free. We've added QR codes onto posters and leaflets as a way of allowing people to actually access video directly from when they pick up a poster or they see it on a bus shelter. Certainly new technology is moving in our favour. Cameras get cheaper, editing software is freely available, and in the area of technology, a lot of the work is being done for you. The great thing about companies like Google, Facebook, Foursquare is they're all developing technology that you can use. Once you've invested the time and energy in creating your content, it can be used in so many ways. The boundary between online video and television broadcasting is breaking down. As more people get internet-enabled TVs, we can all become broadcasters if we want. I watch the internet via my PlayStation onto my television. And most importantly, I think it's worth remembering, we actually have something to offer. We have very exciting, high-quality content, and everybody needs content. But the move towards video raises questions. Do we continue to turn out leaflets and posters? Is that how we should spend our time and money? How do we fully embrace new opportunities without jeopardizing what already works well for us? An effective digital strategy depends on flexibility and speed. Who commissions and who approves the video? How quickly can we react to opportunities and get it online? And what about rights? Are you dealing with the issue of rights at your contract stage with artists? What about music rights? We will be moving to longer form content. In the future, we will all have to become content producers. One of the things that comes up more and more from the Arts Council is what are we doing about our digital output? This all takes resources and staff. And then, in the end, when we decide that, who decides and controls what is produced? Where does video content sit within your organization? All these kind of questions come up for people, and I think this is one of the reasons we want to hold this debate as a chance to get an idea to debate these topics. And I hope you'll find we can deal with some of them here today. I'm going to hand over now to Vijay, who is moderating the first panel. He's going to say a few words. Vijay joined us. He used to be marketing director at BlackBerry, and very pleased to have him here.